All right, please welcome our next presenter. I didn't see her come in. I'm glad that she's here. Kimberly Donoughe. She's a PechaKucha alum. Just say when.
When. Today I'm going to talk to you about running. Running is a fairly new thing for me. I didn't start running until I was about 22 years old. In gym class, I would always take the C instead of running around the track. It's worth noting that at 11 years old, I was about 40 pounds heavier than I am right now. So I grew up with my mother's philosophy. She believed that the only time it was necessary to run was if you were being chased. And it fits that the first 5K I did was the zombie 5K, where you're actually being chased by people dressed as zombies, trying to knock you down and take your flag. In 2013, I ran 89 road miles and 30 trail miles, which is not a lot for some people, but for me, that's a whole lot. It's also a major time commitment, considering I average about a 12-minute mile. This is an actual photo of me suited up to run in the wintertime. Maybe you've seen me running around town. I like there because it's flat and the sidewalks are usually clear in downtown Pittsfield. I haven't been doing much running, though, this year because I don't like to go out unless it's 15 degrees or more. This accurate artist's rendering illustrates what I look like in the summer months. I don't know if you can tell in here, I'm very pale, and I require a lot of sunscreen when I go out in the warmer weather. I do actually glitter, but I'm not a vampire. So I'm going to talk to you about the top 10 reasons that I run in honor of it being the 10 by 10 festival, although I realized after I submitted the slides that they're in no particular order. And any reason to run is a good reason. I'll just put that in at the start. These bacon cupcakes are made with bacon and maple syrup cooked into them, and they're topped with cinnamon buttercream frosting, bacon, and a drizzle of fresh maple syrup. If you want to eat one of these, you've got to run about 4 miles. This is just the chocolate melting into about a half a cup of butter. Then it's the start of homemade brownies. Brownies from scratch are way better than the ones from the box. And you've got to run about 1.5 miles to eat one. But it's worth it. This is a chicken bacon ranch pizza. I think we had this 2 weeks ago at my home. And it's based on the chicken bacon ranch pizza at Teddy's. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that. Depending on how many slices you'd like to have, you've got to run 4 to 8 miles. So when I first started running, I was about the same size and weight that I am now, but I wasn't very fit. I couldn't run 1/8 of a mile at a time, and when I would have to stop, it kind of sounded like wind blowing through a PVC pipe. I don't think it was very healthy. So it is good to be fit. It's not just about the food. Anything from Chocolate Springs is particularly dangerous for me. I don't want to know how far I would have to run to eat this, but it was really good. I usually try not to go in there when I'm hungry, but I do have to go quite often for business. It's very dangerous. If you haven't tried Highland Farms' new ice cream flavors, I would highly recommend them. This is the chocolate, but in our office taste test, we actually really preferred the vanilla. It was very different. You'd have to run about 3 miles for one serving, but let's be honest, you're going to eat half a pint in one sitting, and that's 6 miles. Last October, I was in California, and we stopped in Solvang, which is a nice little Dutch village, and I got to see some windmills and stuff my face. This is about the size of both of my fists, and I would estimate that this lemon cream pastry cost me 8 miles. So Five Guys has been open in Pittsfield for over a year, but we still treat it like a big deal. It's a special occasion when we go there, which is good, because if it wasn't a special occasion, I would be there every day. My friend Alana and I are pretty much the mayors of Five Guys. We always check in when we're there. And if you want to have a little cheeseburger, a little fry, and a cherry Coke, that's about 13 miles on the road. And if you look, there's a burger in there somewhere underneath all those fries. Totally worth it. So there is the runner's high that people talk about, and I was always really skeptical about that. But after I started running, it drives you to run more because you feel so good. And after you've run, it feels like everything else you do for the rest of the day is just easy. Like sitting in the car, easy. Walking around the mall, easy. Like nothing's hard anymore. So I don't know if anybody's familiar with Talenti gelato. You can get it at Stop and Shop in the Pint. At Guido's, it comes in a quart. So that's good news because quite often the pint goes in one sitting. It's 2 miles if you want one serving, but 16 miles for the quart. So this is sort of an 11th reason that I run. Once I started running out in Kennedy Park, I started seeing quite a few black bears. And it turns out that the American black bear can run up to 35 miles an hour. Olympic medalist Usain Bolt only goes 27, so no luck there. So everyone has their own reasons for working out. I was in a particularly intense workout class in Lenox last year, and we were supposed to yell out what we were training for. And for some people, that was losing weight or gaining strength or winning a race, but I yelled out, "Chocolate ice cream!" So this is me and Amanda, she's here, and my friend Laura Page, after finishing a 5K in Lenox last winter. And in the end, I keep on running, even though I claim that I really hate it. I keep doing it, and I keep going back. And I think if anybody's thinking about it, there's no reason to be intimidated. It's not as hard as you think.